wasn't hungry. And I was satisfied. Got some chicken. I've got chicken. Chicken. Alrighty, we just went to the post office to pick up some goodies. There's always goodies at the post office waiting for me. And just to make sure that we don't run out of goodies, I placed another order already. So we're gonna have more goodies by end of the week or next week or so. We love goodies. Going to the post office is like Christmas. They always have presents for me. It is so sweet and nice. Anyway, we've got a little bit of driving to do. Oh, look at that. The state of things, right? So this is a student driver. Bell Auto School. Instructors want it. Will train. You mean they're not professionally trained instructors? This is just someone with a driver's license talking out of their ass? Wow. No wonder the people around here don't know how to drive. They're idiots. I mean, I can't blame the students. They just want a license. The instructors are idiots. When I was married, my wife was getting her driver's license, and she was getting closer to the road test. And I asked her, "Did he take you on the highway yet?" And she said, "No." I was like, "Well, ask him when he's gonna take you on the highway." So next time she had her lesson, she asked, and when she came back, she said to me, I was like, "Instructor said, we're not taking you on the highway. That's not our job." I was like, "Really? So you train people to drive 25 miles an hour and you just let them loose driving 50 miles on a highway? You've got to be kidding." Apparently that's how it's done. And you wonder why people don't know what to do. Actually, I don't wonder. I have the answer. It's a blind leading the blind. Okay, we're almost there. There's a big western beef over here. And our destination is right next to it. Oh yeah, Wings and Things of Hampstead. Actually, it's Valley Stream, or Valley Stream North, one or the other. But it's called Town of Hampstead, or Town of North Hampstead, which is a greater region within the county of Nassau on Long Island. Oopsie, da. Oh, I don't want to make any people uncomfortable, so we're gonna turn the camera off when I get into the store. What now? No line, quick in and out. Got some chicken. I've got chicken. Now we still need to go to the supermarket because I want a second meat. Ooh, that guy had a little bit of damage on this car. He had a little fender bender. Okay, supermarket parking lot. Parking lot. Parking lot. Alrighty. Here we are, huh? What a beauty. Okay, what are we gonna do? First, car and park. There you go. Close the windows. And turn off camera.
Well, welcome to another episode of Meat Only Mondays. It's not actually just Mondays. Welcome to another episode of Meat. Welcome to another episode of the Carnivore Diet 101. Alrighty, so today, the very first thing we're having is bacon. And this bacon is applewood smoked uncured sugar-free bacon. So we'll see if or how this tastes. Right? Well, first thing we need, as with every meal, we are needing our rubber gloves so we can stay nice and safe. Ouch. And today we're going to be using 2 gloves. All right. So what we're going to be doing here is let's see, where do we best cut this? Okay, so the meat can be peeled from this side. So this is the top, this is the bottom. Or turn around, this is the top, this is the bottom. I like this side better. It's an arbitrary decision, just do whatever you want. But I don't want to cut on my blanket over here. So we are going to do something else first. I was saving this for later. But it's like we just lost a blade. These box cutters are horrible. The general style is good, but this particular brand is bad because it's got a knob right over here that holds the blade in, and just by using it, you press that thing and the blade comes out all of the time. Very annoying. Not particularly safe either. Okay, so now here we got the label, here we don't, and we're using the no label side as our cutting surface. So we're making a little slit right here, we're making a little slit right here, and we're making this slit going across the top. So we just cut the meat too. So, alrighty. So this is supposed to be smoked, right? Oh, smoked, you can eat it as is. And that is exactly what we're gonna be trying over here. Okay, it does feel a little floppy. It's not as smoked as I had hoped. It smells like smoked bacon. Yeah, that probably should be cooked. But nothing better than the taste of bacon. Here it is. Bacon. 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 All right. I gotta turn the engine off. We get some soda. And ice when I got it. I want another slice actually. Alrighty. I'll probably finish that a little later. And here we're having our actual lunch. Today we are having chicken. Lots of chicken. Let's see where. Oh, they gave me a fork. That is so sweet. Who eats this with a fork? I've got no idea. Alrighty, this is what our chicken looks like. I've got dark meat chicken. I'm not a fan of white meat really. Look at that. I put a little red sprinkle on there that's supposed to make it spicy. It's not by much, that's for sure. So here we got a little skin. Tastes like skin. All right. So this is a 10-piece fried chicken, legs and thighs. It's really drumstick and thighs. Language is weird. From the place that I just showed you previously. Now, obviously I've done this before. I probably can't eat more than 8 pieces. By that time I will be stuffed, which is fine. I don't have a fridge, so the rest just goes in the garbage. While that may seem wasteful and unfortunate, that's just the reality. Beautiful. It's delicious. Now, fried chicken, you definitely want to eat while it's fresh. When it sits around for a while and it gets kind of cools off too, it gets kind of dry, and it's no longer as delicious as it could be. It's kind of part of the beauty of frying chicken or frying anything really, because you preserve the moisture on the inside while cooking it and crisping up on the outside. But the downside is if it hangs around for too long, then the inside starts drying out because it also holds the heat longer. Anyway, so Is fried chicken good for the carnivore diet? Well, the answer is a yes and a no. The meat is delicious and it's perfect. The skin is good too, because the skin contains a lot of, the animal fats. You need animal fat in a good diet. The bad part in this case is, well, because it's deep fried, they usually put flour on it, so there's carbohydrates in the flour. Now, I wouldn't be eating this every day, right? But on a cheat day, you can do this. And one thing that I often do, the first 2-3 pieces, I eat the skin, and then usually afterwards I start peeling off the majority of the skin. So you do get some of it, but not all of it. Now what I'm doing is I'm essentially restarting my carnivore diet. I've done the carnivore diet before for over a year, and it was absolutely awesome. I had life changes going on where I simply didn't have the time to do the cooking, and I didn't have the already cooked food options around me to continue easily. It became a real hassle. So I started going back to a more traditional diet. Now, what is the carnivore diet? The carnivore diet says eat meat. The essential groups are, like meat, beef, pork, chicken, poultry, fish, animal products, eggs, milk, or cheese. You can have things like sour cream. And one major part of the diet is also animal fats. So you don't want to have a lean animal meat diet. If you're just eating lean chicken or lean turkey, you're gonna mess up your digestion. Now, in the beginning of the carnivore diet, your digestion will most likely get messed up anyway, because it's a massive change to your biogenome in your stomach, right? All the acids and the enzymes and bacteria and this and that, anything that lives in your stomach that processes food, of course, is optimized for the food that you're eating, or that you have been eating in the last, let's say, week 2, 3, 4. That means when you change your diet dramatically, the whatever's in your stomach ain't ready for that change. They're not optimized for that. So the ratio of different whatever's in there has to change, and it's only gonna change if you stick to the diet for a period of time, so it even knows there's a change needed. So when I previously was on the carnivore diet, a lot of things happened. The first week, of course, was dedicated to just getting used to it for me and for my stomach and my digestive system. But then after how long was that? After maybe a week or two, I noticed, now I started out eating 2 meals a day. I was only a 2 meal a day kind of person. So after a week or two, I noticed that something has changed. And that was, I no longer needed snack food between my meals. When I used to eat before work and after work. And my work was 8 to 12 hours. And I don't take a break when I'm at work because it's inefficient. But that also means for 8 to 12 hours while I'm doing my work and performing, right, I would not put any kind of calories into my body. And normally at some point I would get a little bit hungry. I might need a snack food or something. And the reality is, there is no snack food in the supermarket or at the deli counter that does not have massive amounts of carbohydrates from starches or sugars. even if you want to grab fruit, you're still consuming sugar. Now, like I said, after a week or two, I no longer needed snack foods. And I was like, ooh, this is nice. Now I don't have to worry about where I am and what might be available that I can eat. Because I'm also picky with my snack foods, and they're often expensive. So now I was cutting out snack foods, and that was massive. I really liked that. But then going further, by the time, like 4 weeks or 5 weeks, around that time kind of mark, 30 days, I had to think that I felt like I should only eat when I'm hungry. And the reality quickly became that I wasn't hungry anymore for mealtime. So I simply started, not because I intentionally wanted to, but I started skipping meals. And for me, it was mostly the meal before work, so I would still eat the one after work. But now I started skipping meals, and I would go 24 hours without eating. And it was easy. I didn't feel deprived. I didn't have my sugar crash, nothing. It was like the easiest thing ever. And that kind of caught me off guard, because I wasn't used to that. We used to have 3 meals a day, right? You have a breakfast, you have your lunch, you have your dinner, and your snacks in between. Are we supposed to be eating 5 smaller meals in a day or 6 smaller meals in a day? I've got no idea. I was eating my one high protein meal, and I was only eating once a day. And not because someone told me to, but because I wasn't hungry. And I was satisfied. Now, the transition to the one meal thing was not 100% instant. So in the first few days of just going to officially only one meal, let's say every other day or every third day or so, I might feel a little hungry at some point. But now that I knew what I needed and wanted, I would simply go to some deli and get half a pound, 8 ounces of rare roast beef, and I just eat that. It didn't seem very, like a lot really. It almost kind of felt more like a snack, but it filled that void, and I was still happy eating dinner afterwards at nighttime. And to be honest, if your roast beef costs between $10 and $14 a pound, half a pound is only between $5 and $7, and it's definitely a much healthier snack than anything else you can get from the grocery store or from the deli. So I wasn't even upset about that. It was good, and I like roast beef. And that kind of snacking went away very quickly too. I think I only had like 3-4 times maybe that I went to get roast beef. One time I made the mistake. Well, the guy behind the deli counter didn't pay attention. When you say, "Can I have half a pound of roast beef?" I mean, may I have 8 ounces of roast beef? And since the guy wasn't properly listening, maybe I mumble, I have an accent, this, that, whatever, he heard, "Can I have a pound of roast beef?" And he cut me a full pound of roast beef, way more than what I wanted. So when he gave it to me, I was like, this is way more. I was like, I don't want to complain. Just take it, right? So I took it. But also I was working. I didn't have refrigeration, so I had to eat the whole thing. And I only wanted a snack. And what happened was I ate the whole thing, and I was full. And then, when I finally got home late at night, I wasn't hungry. And I didn't eat dinner because I didn't have to. And then, next day came and went, and then I just ate dinner the next day. So I was really without a snack, and then, 24 hours without food. So, but just having too much of a snack, I essentially killed my dinner. I had dinner earlier, if you want. So that made me be more careful when ordering. You know, I make sure the guy knows what I actually want. And then over time, I started to optimize how I eat and what I eat, because I also wanted to cut out the time I needed for cooking and things. The question was, do I need to cook every day, or would it be fine if I just cook once a week, right? And I optimized my food in a way where I essentially bought 3 items from the supermarket. I would buy a whole pork loin, like it's a 10-11 pound piece, right? At $2.99 a pound, so it's about $30 to $35. I would buy a family pack of chicken. What would I buy? The chicken legs. That means a drumstick and thigh together, right? That was like 7 to 9 pounds. And the price was $7 to $9. So it was like 89 cents, 99 cents a pound usually. Would buy that, and then I would buy a small, I think it's called a bottom round roast. It was like 3 pounds, 3 to 4 pounds. Usually was like $5.99, $5.49, sometimes $4.99. And I would, so that's a roast. And then when I come home, I would cook everything on the same day. So that should do it for this particular video. I have about half an hour more, mostly me talking and explaining the carnivore diet and my process. If you want to see that part as well, let me know in the comments, and I'll be gladly editing that and putting that up as well. I don't want to make videos that are an hour long. That seems a little bit excessive. So, you know, keeping it under 30 minutes, ideally under 20 minutes will be perfect. But I've been doing a lot of talking and, you know, explaining, and sometimes it's kind of necessary, kind of not. I guess I could still cut, doesn't matter. This is it for this video. There might be another one later today. But if you want a continuation of what I'm talking about in this particular one, then let me know in the comments and I'll put that together and put that up as well. Until then, have a great day. Enjoy your meat, enjoy your bacon, enjoy your chicken, and don't let anyone tell you you need to live on green smoothies. Peace out.